Hey everyone, today on Real Estate Fanatics, we are going to bring you business planning. Business planning. You can't be successful if you don't business plan, right? And you can't be successful if you don't follow the plan, right? Or make adjustments and changes to the plan as needed. So stay tuned, we're going to talk more about that. It's setting you up for success in 2023. However, before we begin, we want to have you guys like our channel, subscribe to our channel, and put some comments down there below. Feel free to chat with us, stir it up, mix it up with us a little bit. If you want to talk to me about anything at any given time, hit my calendar link down below, and I'm happy to sit down and chat with you. If you put some comments in, you want any of our systems, you want any of our playbooks, I'm happy to share those with you as well. Just put something in the comments and we'll reach out to you. Wow, business planning. I think sometimes we can really overcomplicate this. Like there's all these massive studies and programs and all of these spend $10,000 and we'll give you the best Harvard level business plan ever known to man or woman. Here's the reality. You need to start with SMART goals, right? Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely goals, right? What does that mean? For most of us in real estate, it's going to be, I'm a big believer in Keller Williams style of GPSs, right? Or, it's your one thing, right? What is your one goal? Keep it super simple. Make that the most impactful bullet that you have in your business. Keep it simple. Don't add 72 things to your one thing. Make it one thing. For most of us, it's about gross revenue for a business owner or net profit, right? I would tend to lean more towards the net profit because you see a lot of people get up on stage with gross revenue, but they're broke at the end of the day, right? So for me, it's about netting. If I want to net $1 million, right, then I kind of have to back into that number that, I might have to make $2.5 million in gross commission income after expenses, after cost of sales and splits with agents and the business and things of that nature. Anyways, have a very smart goal. Then I would kind of figure out, okay, cool, based on my average price point, how many units does that need to be? All right, maybe that's 200 units, right, in my world, right? Let's just say 200 units. All right, awesome. So I know I need to do 200 units to be able to net $1 million. All right, so then what I want to do is take that one goal and break those into 3 priorities, right? And those 3 priorities now are probably going to be lead generation, honestly. So how am I going to, if my one thing is 200 units, how am I going to get there? I don't think it's going to be just sitting around hoping that I get 200 units, right? That's not a good strategy. So, as they say, failing to plan is basically planning to fail, right? Flip the words around. So you have to have a plan in everything you do. I don't care if it's trying to lose weight. I don't care if it's trying to eat healthier, whatever the case may be, you have to have a plan and you have to have that plan in front of you all the time. Here's what we see happen all the time is these business owners go to these classes and they get all jacked up and excited. They write out their whole plan and then they never follow it. Like after a quarter, you're like, hey, what's your goal? And they're like, oh, yeah, I don't know, right? That's not effective. How are you going to get through life without, following your plan, right? It's just not the way it works. So I typically will say like, hey, maybe lead gen strategy 1 is my sphere. All right, I want to drive 100 units out of my sphere of influence. This real estate agents, obviously, and then section 2 of 3 might be I want 50 of those to come from open houses, and then the last one might be I want 50 to come from internet leads. I don't know, you drive the 3 options for you around lead gen, and then you're going to have 5 strategies underneath each of those. So if I want to have sphere of influence, then I need to be very measurable goals. So, my priority might be drive 100 units of business from my sphere of influence. Then my 5 strategies underneath that will probably be something around I need to communicate monthly to my sphere of influence of 500 people. Piece 2 might be I need to hold 4 events where I invite the 500 people to. You see how I'm kind of putting now measurable, actionable steps in there? And I would probably have in there by when, right? Like by when I'm going to have an event in the first quarter, an event in the second quarter, an event in the third quarter, an event in the fourth quarter. So you see how I'm kind of building this map and this road to success. So that to me is the simplest way to do it, right? Take that one sheeter, stick it on your fridge at home, put it on your mirror in the bathroom, put it on your computer, put it on your desk, put it in your bathroom, right? Whatever, put it all over the place, because the more you see it, the more you read it, the more you internalize it, the more you believe in it. I think the last common flaw we see is people after a quarter should probably review where their goals are and measure against it. We all have seasonality in our business, so you don't always have to necessarily make changes, but if you're halfway through the year and you've done 5 deals and you have a goal of 200, you might be out of alignment there, right? You might be out of alignment. So you need to probably reassess. Maybe life threw some challenges at you, whatever happened, right? Maybe you just weren't able. It's okay. You don't want to just keep adjusting your goal though because you're not performing. That's realistic too, but if you're like, first quarter I needed to do 50 deals and I did 2, I don't think you should move your goals down to 3 because why did you set the goals to begin with? However, I don't think that you're going to make up that gap of 48 in reality because you missed your first quarter that bad. Bad example, but that's kind of what I'm talking about. So hopefully that's helpful to you. It's really about setting goals and then following through with those goals. And you may have to tweak your strategies like as you go through and your priorities. Your priorities probably won't change, but maybe they will. If you want 100 from your sphere and you're not pacing to do that, you may need to check that and tweak that. But your strategies may change. Like, hey, I have 4 events set and COVID hit. I can't do face-to-face events, so what am I going to change in that strategy, right? It's always kind of dialing in on that and tweaking it and making it work. All right, that was a quick lowdown dirty. I do have GPSs. I do have 411s. I've got the whole 9 yards. I've got all these templates for you. So if you have any interest in any of that and seeing a nice, clean, easy sheet to put your goals together, or you want to just set up a time with me to kind of go through a coaching moment on that, I'd be happy to do that with you. So reach out to me on this Calendly link down below and like our channel if you don't mind, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode.